there comes a time when the guy that thought themselves as some sort of macho-ish kind of person, or, the guy that was always able to help people move and move heavy fucking things. And
yeah, I wouldn't know that.
There comes to be a time where that's not the case anymore. I was helping move something from my basement that we're going to be moving out to the lawn, because it's like a little like play kitchen kind of thing that we've had in our basement for a long time. Where we're like, we're just going to go ahead and let the sun start baking this thing, and then just eventually find its way into the garbage. It's going to be a good way for kids to make mud pies and shit.
Right.
Not perfect, but we're going to get rid of it eventually. And so I had to take it upstairs today. And I've moved this thing up and down fucking flights of stairs in my house multiple times. Yes, I have multiple flights, guys. I have a 3-story house. It's not like it's a fucking mansion or anything. I'm just saying, like, I have a lot of fucking stairs I have to climb sometimes. And taking this kitchen, and it doesn't weigh that much. It's about 45, 50 pounds, but it's awkward because it's big.
Yeah.
I'm taking it up the stairs.
Yes, I know of
you have
those
to
things. Yeah.
You have to go sideways up the stairs with this thing. And there was a time earlier today where I was taking it up the last, 5 steps that I had to go up, and a part of it caught, the lip of the stair. And it caught, and I didn't stop moving, and I fell forward. And my old man ass, I hurt my back.
Oh, no!
For the rest of the day, I had the hardest time sitting down or getting back up. And at first I was like, oh, well, glad I caught myself. That could have been worse. And as I must have pulled something. And so
please take good care of your back.
And that's
shit.
I didn't pay very good attention to proper form weightlifting when I was younger. And so that did kind of a number on my back muscles too.
Oh, yeah.
So, Snap City is what a lot of people call it, but when you lift with your back instead of the actual muscle group that you should be using. And so
very important.
Yeah, that started up in college where I started getting the same kind of pain. And it's like one of those things where it pinches a nerve that goes down to your leg, like your sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking painful, man. So for the rest of the day, I was working out that kink in that muscle that was pinching that off. And I'm like, man, I'm going to be an old man in a wheelchair. I just know it's going to happen.
If it was musculature and not your spine, which is most of those strained back injuries.
Yeah.
One good way, if you're not readily available for therapies of it, one nice way to really roll out some stuff is bouncy balls. No shit. So you get the nice big ones, like testicles. And you, if you have a headache and you get tension headaches, you can lay on them and roll around that way. Or if you have something in your spine, in your back that's musculature, and you need to roll that out, if you get bouncy balls, you kind of lay on your back and roll on them. You can control the weight on it, and it does really help.
Well, it doesn't also.
Don't take medical advice from a podcast, but
no.
For just general tension relief, I have found success.
Right.
Talk to your medical professional before doing it.
Right.
What
I've always found rolling around on balls a good way to relieve tension.
Hey-o.
Me too.
Hey.
What actually
Maybe
really helped was getting my kids. My wife steps on my back every once in a while, and I know people will be like, "Oh, that's ill-advised to have people walk on your back." Fuck you, it feels good. I don't care what anybody says. And if I die from it, I'm dying a happy man. I don't care, because it feels good to get those vertebrae popped every once in a while. And so I had my little kids walking up and down my back, and I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. This is bliss. And it felt good. And it came back, and I just found a pressure point. And I know we're not talking like acupressure or acupuncture.
No.
Right. Shit. There's a knot in my muscle that was causing this nerve to get pinched. And so I grabbed onto it and I massaged it for a bit, and I held my finger really fucking hard into that point, like how you're talking about with the rollerball kind of thing. Felt better, but let me tell you what helps. Alcohol sure does fucking help. Let me tell you that right now.
So back when
anti-inflammatory. That of course does help.
Always good. So back when I was back when I was in my abusive relationship, I used to get I've always had back pain, upper back pain since I was 8 years old.
Well, and you've got big boobs too, so I'm sure that doesn't help too. So
I didn't have.
And
that
that's
boob
not
when I
me
was
saying,
8.
look at them tits. No, that's just saying, like, I understand
No,
what it is to have breasts and fucking it pulls your
Anatomically,
back.
It does. But more than my breasts actually
Yeah.
caught my breast weight. I find, especially if I'm not well supported, affects more my shoulder and tension up here rather than behind my scapula. So behind my scapula, I've been dealing with back pain since I was 8 years old. Turns out, for whatever reason, my pectorals are just too strong, and it pulls at the back muscles. So pole dancing's been great because a lot of what you have to do in pole, you're lifting your body up by your upper body. You have to take your shoulders back and down, which strengthens the muscles behind your scapula. And then another important thing that we do all the time is pectoral stretches. So that's pretty great. That's been beneficial. But back when I was in my abusive relationship, I started getting severe back pain to a point where there was days I couldn't move. And it turns out I found out that emotional trauma actually does flare up these things quite a bit. For whatever reason, I don't know the exact cause, but that's when I found myself starting to drink to treat it, and my physical therapist was like, yup. He was like, that makes sense, because the alcohol actually does help. It actually does make it feel better.
Yeah. Similar to aspirin, thins the blood, increases circulation. Yeah.